Hi, I'm going to do a bit of a recap on this project that I've been working on, just to keep you up to date. This last operation I didn't do a video of the machining because it was too long and drawn out, and I needed to concentrate on the job. So this unit here is going to be clamped on the cross slide of my TIG lathe, and I'm hoping that it's going to work as a profile tool, and I'm only going to give you a rundown of what I've done so far, and leave the rest of the tool for a later date, because that has to be developed. Okay. The first part that I did, and I showed in a previous video, was this sliding block with a dovetail and another dovetail on this face, and that dovetail, it didn't come out very good. I think I rushed it because of the video, and I took off a few thou too much for fitting the dovetail. I would have liked a closer and a more accurate fit, but it doesn't really matter, because when this tool holder is on here like so, it'll be up around about here somewhere. I've got to finish this off yet, but I have a slot. The whole idea of using this was so that I didn't have to make another one. I took it off the the tool that I made for the top slide on the lathe, and so anyway, I made a dovetail to fit this tool holder, and it wasn't really what I would really have liked. Anyway, it wasn't a disaster. It's just that it wasn't as accurate as I would have liked it for fit. So there's no problem there. It locks on, and by tightening this little set screw here, which it pulls the whole tool holder up against this V here and automatically lines everything up. And really the holder is just for adjustment of the tool bit on the center height. So anyway, I did that, and then I started on the other side of the block, and I put a dovetail in there, central around about the block. And yesterday evening I set the second block up that fits this dovetail, and I set it up in the mill, and I dialed across the top area to make sure that everything was level, and then I roughed out the sides to correspond with the depth on this dovetail, and then afterwards I set up the dovetail cutter, and I milled the dovetails in there. Now I milled one side first, and I used 1/8 dowels to do my measuring, and I got that depth correct, and then I put up an ordinary end mill and I sliced off 20 thou off that sharp edge. That's for clearance in the very corner of the V. That's important. You have to have clearance there, otherwise you're fighting a losing battle. So anyway, after doing that, I then took 20 thou off this side as well, and then I put the dovetail cutter back and continued at this depth, and continued to come in with the dovetail until I could get a reading, until I had enough surface in the angle to get a dowel, and then I was able to measure across and determine what I had, how much more material I had to take off. But when I got down to, I guess the last 5 thou on the rollers, measuring on the rollers, I then took it very, very lightly, a thou at a time, until I started to get this sliding on. And at first it would just go on at the very, where are we? Let's get it on here. It would just go on at the very end, and then it would get to about that point and it would start to tighten up. So I take a little more off the dovetail, and maybe half a thou or a thou, and gradually I got it so that it would slide right the way along. And so now I have a tool where you can see how good the dovetail is. There's no jib strip in there or anything for adjustment. It's just size for size, and as you can see, it gets so far down and then it tightens up a little bit. But that's I'll hold it over here in case it drops. That's just touching. So I consider that is a complete success and exactly what I was looking for. But even there, it's gradually coming down. Look. So it's you know, when you're doing dovetails and you're fit for fit without a jib strip or any adjustment that you can make, then the amount of material that you take off is very critical when you reach the final fitting, because you just take a little bit too much off and plop, it goes right through. So for me, that, you know, working on a little machine like the Take Mill, I don't think you can ask for much better than that. So I'm very pleased with that. I'm very pleased the way that came out. Also, I didn't want to, these faces here are ground and square, and I didn't really want to machine those, so I positioned the dovetails. The dovetail on this one is just a touch higher than the dovetail in this one. So when that's clamped down on the cross slide of the lathe, this is going to go backwards and forwards, and it's not going to rub on the cross slide. There's a little lip there. I would say probably maybe 2 or 3 thou. So I did that on purpose because I didn't want it to rub when it was going backwards and forwards and following the profile at the back of the lathe. Now, this is all up in the air, really. I mean, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'm hoping it will do. So I guess time will tell. So that's where I've got so far. I put on the bottom here. This one didn't work out quite so well. These are two 3/16 holes here. That hole there was meant to go further in towards the centre and give more meat around the bolt hole. But the pin itself that's going to go in there is going to be a little short pin, two little dowel pins that are machined down 3/16 at one end to locate in that hole, and the outer part will be 0.2 diameter, or just slightly under, and that's so that it will locate in the T-slots of the cross slide and just help to locate the whole thing square and in line with the cross slide. So that's what those two little holes are for there. I've got those pins to make yet, and also where this screw goes in with a pin, I have to let's take this off. I have to put a recess. I have to put a recess in this face here, in this angle, so that the screw, when it goes in, it hits a flat bottom. So, and it'll be elongated enough for moving the tool up and down for 1/8 cutter or tool bits to a quarter. So it won't be very long. It'll be, I can't show you the, oh yes I can. It'll be like this one here, if you can see it. Okay, this goes, this fits on the end of my cross slide. That face there is attached to the front of the cross slide, and then this tool holder drops in, and it's a little bit tight, so, but as you can see, there's a elongated stepped aperture in there. That's to allow the see how nice and tight that is. Oh boy, see how that's nice and tight, you see. So that's the kind of fit that I wanted to get, but of course I took too much off. But that little slot is for locating this set screw, and that locks everything in there, locks it all in. So that's what I'm going to do on this one here. I'm going to put in a elongated slot with a flat bottom. So that's as far as I've got so far. Of course, this is nice and heavy. It's like a cast iron. In fact, when I blow my nose afterwards, it's all black, you know. So anyway, that's as far as I've got so far. So that'll be part 21. No. Part 9, I forget now. So I'll be putting this up on the on YouTube this afternoon, and so that's that's about it for now, and as soon as I do some more machining, I'll do another video. Thank you.